The bell rang, signaling the end of another grueling school day at Lincoln High. For most students, it was freedom, laughter, backpacks slung over shoulders, plans for the afternoon. But for 16-year-old Malik Johnson, it was just another moment to brace himself. He adjusted his glasses, gripping the straps of his backpack a little tighter as he navigated the crowded hallway. His tall, lanky frame made him an easy target, and his coordination, or lack thereof, had earned him a reputation. Trip Master, they called him, 2 Left Feet Johnson. The names stung, but the laughter cut deeper. "Watch your step, Malik," a voice sneered from behind. Before he could react, a shove sent him stumbling forward. His books scattered across the floor, and the hallway erupted in laughter. Malik clenched his jaw, refusing to let them see the heat behind his eyes. He knew that voice. Tyler Boone, star running back of the Lincoln Lions, golden boy of the school, and Malik's personal tormentor since freshman year. Tyler smirked, flanked by his usual crew. "Man, you're still falling over nothing? At this rate, you're gonna break your neck before graduation." Malik kept his head down, gathering his books. He wouldn't give Tyler the satisfaction of a reaction. But inside, the familiar ache of humiliation burned. That evening, Malik sat on the couch in their small apartment, scrolling through his phone while his mom, Denise, chopped vegetables in the kitchen. "You okay, baby?" she asked without turning around. She always knew. Malik sighed. Just another day. She paused, wiping her hands on a towel before walking over. Her warm brown eyes studied his face. "Tyler again?" Malik shrugged. "It's whatever." Denise cupped his face. "Malik Johnson, you listen to me. That boy's words don't define you. You're brilliant, you're kind, and one day the world's gonna see what I see." Malik forced a smile, but doubt lingered. Later that night, unable to sleep, he scrolled through YouTube, clicking on random videos until one caught his attention. The art of fencing, speed, strategy, and grace. The video showed athletes in sleek white uniforms, their movements sharp, precise, almost like a dance. Malik sat up, intrigued. There was something hypnotic about the way they lunged, parried, struck. "Fencing isn't just about strength," the narrator said. "It's about anticipation, strategy, turning your opponent's momentum against them." Malik's heart pounded. "Could I?" The next morning, he mustered the courage to ask his mom. "There's a fencing club downtown. Can I check it out?" Denise's eyebrows shot up. "Fencing? Like, with swords?" Malik nodded, bracing for laughter. But instead, his mom grinned. "Baby, if that's what you want to try, we're gonna make it happen." That Saturday, Malik stood outside Detroit Fencing Academy, his stomach in knots. The building was unassuming, but inside, the sound of clashing blades and shuffling feet echoed. A tall, wiry man with salt and pepper hair approached. "You must be Malik. I'm Coach Reynolds." Malik swallowed. "Yeah, I've never done this before." Coach Reynolds smiled. Neither did anyone else, until they did. He handed Malik a practice foil. The weight felt foreign, but right. "First lesson," Coach said. "Fencing isn't about being the strongest. It's about being the smartest, the quickest, the one who sees what others don't." Malik took a deep breath. For the first time in years, he felt a spark of something he hadn't known in a long time. Hope. Little did he know, this was only the beginning. Detroit, Michigan. Malik's hands trembled as he adjusted his fencing mask, the mesh distorting his vision just enough to make the world feel surreal. The practice hall of the Detroit Fencing Academy buzzed with the rhythmic clink-clink of blades, the squeak of sneakers against polished floors, and the occasional grunt of exertion. 3 weeks in, and he was still the newest and clumsiest member of the club. "Focus, Malik," Coach Reynolds called out. "Your footwork is improving, but you're still hesitating. Fencing isn't about thinking, it's about reacting." Malik exhaled, tightening his grip on the foil. His opponent, a wiry girl named Aisha, smirked behind her mask. "You gonna stand there all day, or are we doing this?" Before he could answer, she lunged. Clash. Malik barely parried in time, his body moving almost on instinct. He countered, his blade flicking forward. Ting! Aisha staggered back, blinking. "Wait, did you just—" Coach Reynolds whistled. "Point, Malik!" Malik's breath hitched. "Did I actually land a hit?" Aisha lifted her mask, her expression shifting from surprise to grudging respect. "Not bad, newbie." For the first time in forever, Malik felt a flicker of pride. The next day at school, Malik walked with a little more confidence. Maybe fencing wouldn't make him popular, but it was his thing. Something Tyler Boone couldn't take from him, or so he thought. "Yo, Johnson!" Tyler's voice boomed across the cafeteria. "Heard you joined the sword-fighting club." He said it like it was a joke, and his friends erupted in laughter. Malik kept his eyes on his tray, but Tyler wasn't done. "What's next, huh? Joustin'? Knitting?" Tyler snatched Malik's milk carton and pretended to duel with it, making exaggerated sword noises. "On guard, loser!" Malik's fingers curled into fists under the table. He could hear Aisha's voice in his head. "Fencing isn't just about the blade. It's about control." He exhaled. Control. Ignoring Tyler, he stood, grabbed his bag, and walked away. But Tyler wasn't used to being ignored. After school, as Malik headed toward the bus stop, Tyler and his crew blocked his path. "Where are you rushing off to, Trip Master?" Tyler sneered. "Gotta go play with your little toy sword?" Malik kept walking, but Tyler shoved him back. "I'm talking to you." Malik's pulse roared in his ears. "What do you want, Tyler?" Tyler smirked. "I want to see this fencing thing. Bet it's just a bunch of nerds poking each other." Malik clenched his jaw. "It's not what you think." "Oh, yeah?" Tyler crossed his arms. "Prove it. Show me." Malik hesitated, but something in Tyler's mocking grin made his blood burn. "Fine," Malik said. "Come to the academy this Saturday. Watch a real match." Tyler barked a laugh. "Oh, I'll do better than watch." He leaned in, his voice dripping with challenge. "I'll try it." Malik's stomach dropped. This is a bad idea. But it was too late to back down now. Saturday arrived, and the fencing academy was packed. Not just with regulars, but with half the Lincoln High football team, all there to see Tyler take down the nerd. Malik's palms were slick with sweat as he suited up. Coach Reynolds eyed him. "You sure about this?" Malik swallowed. "Number. But I'm doing it anyway." Tyler, meanwhile, was handed a borrowed foil, looking absurdly out of place in the stiff uniform. He grinned at Malik. "This is gonna be too easy." The match began. Tyler charged like it was a football tackle. No technique, just brute force. Malik sidestepped effortlessly. Clink. Malik's blade tapped Tyler's shoulder. Point. The room erupted in murmurs. Tyler's face darkened. Lucky shot. Round 2. Tyler swung wildly. Malik ducked, twisted, ting. Another point. Tyler's breathing grew ragged, his movements sloppier. Malik, meanwhile, felt something click. The footwork, the timing. It all made sense. Final round. Tyler lunged, off balance. Malik saw the opening. Thrust. Clash! Tyler stumbled back, his foil clattering to the ground. Silence. Then, Coach Reynolds's voice, "Match to Malik." The room exploded in cheers, not just from the fencers, but from some of Tyler's own teammates. Tyler ripped off his mask, his face a storm of humiliation and disbelief. Malik lifted his own mask, meeting Tyler's glare. No words, just the unspoken truth. You underestimated me. As the crowd dispersed, Tyler shoved past Malik, muttering, "This isn't over." But for once, Malik didn't care, because for the first time in his life, he had won. Aisha clapped him on the back. "Dang, newbie, you've got talent." Coach Reynolds nodded. "Natural reflexes, sharp mind. You could go far in this sport, Malik." Malik's chest swelled. Maybe he wasn't the clumsy kid anymore. Maybe he was something else. Something more. But as he left the academy that evening, he couldn't shake the feeling that Tyler wasn't done with him, and the real battle was just beginning. Detroit, Michigan. The regional fencing tournament was 2 weeks away, and Malik's name was on the roster. Malik Johnson, Lincoln High Novice Division. Seeing it printed on the official flyer sent a thrill through him. He had gone from the kid who tripped over his own feet to a legitimate competitor in just 3 months. But not everyone was celebrating. Tyler Boone hadn't spoken to him since the humiliating defeat at the fencing academy. Instead, he had doubled down on his usual routine, dominating the football field, holding court in the hallways, laughing just a little too loud whenever Malik walked by. But Malik had noticed the way Tyler's eyes lingered on him now. Not with amusement, but something darker. Resentment. It happened on a Tuesday. Malik had stayed late after school to help set up for a science fair, his fencing bag tucked safely in his locker. Or so he thought. When he returned, the locker was slightly ajar. His stomach dropped. He yanked it open, and his breath left him in a rush. His foil, the one Coach Reynolds had lent him, was bent, the delicate metal warped beyond repair. Scratched into the locker door were 2 jagged words, "Know your place." Malik's hands shook. He didn't need proof to know who had done it. Tyler. For a moment, fury burned through him, white-hot and blinding. He wanted to storm onto the football field, grab Tyler by his jersey, and... Fencing isn't just about the blade. It's about control, Coach Reynolds's words echoed in his mind. Malik exhaled, forcing his fists to unclench. Control. That evening, Coach Reynolds took one look at the ruined foil and sighed. "I've seen this before. Some people can't stand seeing others succeed." Malik slumped onto the bench. "What do I do?" Coach studied him. "You have 2 choices. You can let this break you, or you can let it fuel you." Malik frowned. "But the tournament." "I have a spare foil," Coach interrupted. "Better than the last one. But the real question is, are you better than this?" Malik met his gaze. The answer was clear. The day of the regional finals arrived, and the gymnasium of Oakland University was packed. Parents, coaches, and athletes filled the bleachers, the air buzzing with nervous energy. Malik adjusted his glove, scanning the crowd. His mom sat in the front row, beaming. Aisha and his teammates stood nearby, offering last-minute tips. And then, there he was, Tyler Boone, leaning against the back wall, arms crossed. He wasn't in uniform, just watching. Malik's pulse spiked. Why is he here? But there was no time to dwell on it. His first match was starting. Malik moved like lightning. His footwork, once clumsy, was now precise. His strikes, once hesitant, were now confident. Match after match, he advanced. Point, point, point. Until finally, the championship round. His opponent was a seasoned fencer from a rival school, taller and more experienced. The crowd held its breath as the referee called, "On guard!" The match was brutal. Lunge, parry, riposte. Malik's muscles screamed, but his mind was clear. Then, a misstep. His opponent feinted left, and Malik fell for it. Point against him. One more, and he'd lose. He glanced at the crowd, his mom's anxious face, Aisha's clenched fists, and then, inexplicably, Tyler. The boy who had mocked him, tripped him, broken his foil, was watching. Not smirking, not laughing, just watching. Something in Malik hardened. Number he wouldn't lose. Not like this. The referee called the restart. Malik exhaled. His opponent lunged. Malik reacted. A flick of the wrist, a twist of his body. Ting! The buzzer sounded. Point! Malik! The crowd erupted. Malik ripped off his mask, gasping. He'd done it. He'd won. After the medal ceremony, as Malik packed his gear, a shadow fell over him. Tyler stood there, hands in his pockets. For a long moment, neither spoke. Then Tyler muttered, "You're better than I thought." Malik paused. "Yeah, I am." Tyler's jaw tightened, but he didn't argue. Instead, he nodded, just once, before turning to leave. It wasn't an apology, but it was a start. That night, Malik sat at the kitchen table, his gold medal gleaming under the warm light. His mom kissed his forehead. "I'm so proud of you, baby. Not just for winning, but for how you won." Malik smiled. He hadn't just proven himself to Tyler. He'd proven himself to himself. And that was the greatest victory of all.